That's day one of round two. We certainly have a few more lined up for tomorrow. But at the moment, the final race that's been rescheduled was supposed to be race two of the day. It's now been pushed back to the final event because of the track conditions that we have had, in fact, earlier in the morning. But now, with the track, in fact, visibly as well, quite dried out, we will now have the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup.
The last time around we had two folks, especially Anish D. Shetty and Ulas S. Nanda, both of them really calling the shot. Anish Shetty, of course, the man to beat and the favourite as far as the defending champion is concerned. Interesting note to quickly talk about is that this time in the qualifying, the guys who are on the lead of the championship table are not among the top five. So this one can really be very open. So I'm just quickly checking on the number of laps. I believe there are about 10 laps that we're going to be looking around. So let me quickly do a very quick run through of how the grid really looks like.
Yes, Solomon, it will be a 10-lap race. That's the confirmation we're getting in as well. And we had Alvin Xavier and Anish Damodar Shetty dominate in the previous round. Then we had a few names come up in the last round as well. And one person I will certainly want to keep an eye out will be Surya PM. He certainly did a very good job despite being in one of the amateurs participating. Remember, this is a pro-am event. They have 10 professionals along with about 15 amateurs participating. Surya PM, who is in the amateurs category, in fact, came third overall as well, beating quite a few professionals in the previous round. So that he's someone I certainly would want to keep an eye out on. As you can see, the bikes are now lining up on the grid. And Solomon, as far as the grid positions are concerned, kindly do the honors.
I'm going to take a deep breath because there's not one, there's going to be 25. Without further ado, number 5, Navneet Kumar. Number 2, Joseph Matthew starts on P2. It is Surya PM, coming number 15 at number 3. Siddhir Sudhakar, coming number 4 is on 4. Pradeep C, coming number 12 is on 5. Alvin Xavier, coming number 2 is on 6. Anish D. Shetty, coming number 1 on 7. The man we look forward to really make a defense of his championship. Coming number 8, Ulas is at number P8. Coming number 20, Bharat is on P9. Further down the order, Meka Virtaraj, coming number 7 is on P10. Varun Gowda, coming number 14 is on P11. Siddharth Reddy, coming number 13 is on P12. Raj Kumar, coming number 24 is on P13. Ashish Patel, coming number 23 on P14. We'll come and talk to you about him in just a bit. Anfal Akhtar, coming number 3 is on P15. Naresh Kanmane, coming number 11 is on P16. Rohanar, coming number 18 is on P17. Ajay Xavier, coming number 9 on 18. Varun Patel, coming number 22 on 19. Mihir, coming number 17 on 20. Sriram, coming number 16 on 21. Lani Zina Fernandez, the lone girl on the track, coming number 27 on P22. Uday Prakash, coming number 25 on P23. Seshadri, coming number 24 is on P29. Then further down the order, it's Revat Dar, coming number 26 on P25. 25 bikes on the grid. I am still not breathless, but almost out of breath.
Well, you talk about this event, it's in the second year. That's the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. And, well, if you look at it, you've got racers from Kanyakumari to Jammu participating in this event. It's tremendous. Well, it's time very quickly to go trackside where we have Raman Banod.
Right, we are set for the JK Tyre presents the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup race. It's going to be a 9-lap race. That's the first update we'd like to bring to you. Instead of a 10-lap race, this is going to be a 9-lap race that's going to get underway. And what's an interesting scenario is that on pole position, we've got Navneet. Let's have a quick chat with him. That's an interesting little shake up here in the front 3 row. Navneet, you got a quick shot on pole position. What plans for this race?
Track's good, bike's good, feeling good, so let's have a good race.
I heard 4 goods in that. The 5th would be to deliver the goods and win this one. Go well, Navneet. There you have it. Let's have a quick little chat with Joseph. It's a different lineup on the front grid. How do you rate that?
Yeah, it's good because comparatively with last round, this round we have a little better than last round, so hopefully it should go further the same way for the race.
Wishing you well. Go well. As I said before, we've got Surya who starts off on P3. Surya, hi. As I was talking to the other bikers, this is a slightly different front row than what we've been used to seeing more often than not in this category. What's led to the shuffle? What's changed?
Okay, the pace from last round has drastically improved in this round,
Right.
and I think it's because of the adaptation of the bike, and boys are getting there, and the pace is still there, and we are trying to find the best out of it. And today's race condition is pretty much weird. It's kind of damp,
Yeah.
so we have to be careful and make sure that we don't crash.
Go well. Just take a quick look, around 5 minutes to go. Let's have a quick chat with the bikers on the second row. Just race conditions first and foremost. It was raining earlier in the afternoon. It's dried up considerably. Just a couple of damp patches on the track. So what's the thought process going into the race?
It's dry, so I don't think it will be any problem.
Confidence, but you've got a front row. Any plans of how do you want to approach C1 per se?
Just stay with them in the first lap. Don't fall back. That's the main plan.
Go well.
Thank you.
Have a quick little chat with the bikers. I'm going to have one little chat with our man standing right here on P5. Everyone's been saying stay with the pack, don't try and do too much. My quick question is, it's a 9-lap race, not a 10-lap race now. So how does that change things in your head?
Between a 9 and 10 lap race, there is not much difference. So the plan gonna be same. So we'll do the same thing. Nothing.
Stay with the pack, don't take too many early chances. Conserve the tires. That might be another thought given these conditions. We got race action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. You know, there's a man sitting there on bike number 2. He's got a wry smile on his face, Alvin Xavier. He's so used to seeing every time the clear vision ahead of him. So I'm going to just quickly go across and have a chat with him. It's a little different, a little crowded view ahead of you this time around.
So actually the qualifying didn't went as planned. So I am starting from sixth position, but the conditions today are pretty damp. In the last sector there are some water patches somewhere around there.
Right.
So my plan is to stay with the bunch and get some good reference and data from the rider in front of him and plan according to that.
Go well.
Thank you.
There you have it, under 3 minutes to go. So I'm going to make myself scarce on this racetrack. It's over to Karthikeya in the com box.
Thank you, Raman. So, as you said, slightly unfamiliar conditions for the likes of Alvin Xavier and Anish Damodar Shetty to have traffic ahead of him on the starting grid. Well, very quickly we'll talk you through the grid once again with Navneet Kumar at P1, Joseph Matthews at P2, Surya PM at P3, then you got Sudhir Sudhakar at P4, Pradeep at P5, Alvin Xavier starting at P6, Anish Damodar Shetty starting at P7, Ullas Nanda at P8, Bharat Balan at P9, then you got Meka Viduraj at P10, Varun Gowda at P11, Siddharth Reddy at P12, your Rajkumar at P13, Ashish Patel at P14, Anfal Akhdar at P15. He'd be a bit disappointed with the timings that he's put out. He certainly would want to make a mark here. Then you've got Naresh Kamane at P16, Rohan at P17, Ajay Xavier at P18, Varun Patil at P19, Mihir Sakpal at P20, Sriram at P21, Lani Zena Fernandez at P22, Uday Prakash at P23, and Sheshadri at P24, and Raivadhar from Jammu starting at P25. We were talking about how this track is spread all across as they are going for the formation lap, or it will just be the 9-lap race, as Raman said when he was trackside. We were talking about how the spread of drivers or riders come from across the country. We've got from Jammu, Delhi, all the way down to Kanyakumari, Coimbatore, Bangalore, Navi Mumbai as well, Pondicherry covered too. So we've got it's almost covered.
You were absolutely right when you're talking about the very diverse kind of background that people come down from various parts of the country. Just to quickly talk about, each of them have a reputation, and one of them really made a reputation for himself. We are talking about Ashish Patel. Of course, today he's starting on P14, that's comp number 23. Ashish Patel for Team United CRA Motorsports, he had won the overall third in the MSBK 250 Malaysian Superbike Championship 2022. Now that was about 3 weeks back. Now interesting thing is, he rode that particular race multiple times with a foot injury, and he finished the race and he comes back to the doctor, and the doctor asks him when did he have it, been having it for a while. So he was completely on painkillers. Now one thing sometimes we really do not appreciate, the athletes, I would call them, who are taking motorsports, the kind of grit, determination, the nerves of steel that we talk about, it really goes around. I do remember the last time around, Sandeep was nursing injury, Ashwin Datta was nursing injury. We also remember Vishnu Prasad had a broken arm. But then all that was done, painkillers onto it. Now that's the kind of sport that this is. I also do remember Anish Shetty also recovering himself from an injury a little bit earlier, about 5 to 8 months back. Now these guys are real daredevils, my friend. These guys are really daredevils.
Absolutely, Someone. Well, we see that the formation lap has come to an end. No stalling problems as such, so we're ready for the race. We might see on the bottom left that it says 10 laps, but Raman's got a confirmation that it will be a 9-lap race. And
I feel the tension there because everyone can, because it's the red down here. It's the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. As the red lights go off, they'll be off. Number 10 seems to have a better off start, but number 5 is already off in the big hurry. In no time, number 3 comes around the outside. Number Surya is now just a little bit back behind it. Number 5 should be able to get to turn number 1. No, it is number 10. No, it is number 15. No, it is still turn number 5. Till they finish turn number 1, we didn't know who was going to come around it. This is going to be on the move. Couple of them come together. Oh my God, will there be a little bit of a yellow flag? Yellow flags are quickly come down in. I just hope it doesn't turn into a safety car incident with them. But these bikes are really heavy. Somebody will really need to help him out. In the meantime, number 15, as you rightly said, Surya PM moves into the lead.
Surya certainly has had a very good start, starting from P3. He's very quickly moved up as the race leader, while we have Navneet Kumar as well there. Let's see what happened there. A slight skid coming in, and then following there was a contact with a couple of other bikers, with Rohan and Rajkumar also colliding, but luckily both of them stayed on their tyres and continued to race, while that certainly seemed to the end of the race for one of the racers. And if I'm correct, Solomon, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the rule. If you want to continue racing, you have to pick the bike up yourself, then get back onto racing. If the marshals or the helpers have to come and pick it up, that's the end of the race for you.
Well, if I am riding, if I fall down, I want to get back on the track. Somewhere down the line, we could be biased saying that to the races, but just a very quick thing. On turn number 4 to 5, I don't know if you noticed, there was a slippery flag. So when he went over the curb, he would have hit the slush, and it's a clear case of no grip being there. So a lot of them, now if you notice, if they're coming into turn number 2, now they're not hitting the curb. They're coming in a little sideways. So you know what, you always learn from somebody else's mistake.
Absolutely. Well, we've got Mika Viduraj moving up to 4th. Remember, Mika started way back at P10. He's now moved up to 4th with a very good lap of 1 minute 22.444 seconds.
Well, the folks from Royal Enfield are really watching around it. They're going to be exchanging a lot of note around. Combat number 5 back in the lead. Navneet Kumar, Joseph stays with him. Number 15, Surya still at number 2 for the moment. Would also like to know, where is Anish Shetty in all of the bargain? He's got to get into the mix. Very, very good. Bike number 7, just outside the top 5. The fastest lap time, as you said, Meko Virdraj, 1 minute 22.444. This is gunning out to be a very, very keen contest. 7 more laps to go after this one. Bike number 5, how close they can get to the track. The knee literally scraping the complete field there. That's the kind of control that they have on those bikes. Wonderful 650cc's, the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup.
I think Alvin Xavier has himself moved quite a few places. Well, he's moved up to 6th, while Anish has now moved up to 3rd with the fastest lap of 1 minute 17.927. Mika Viduraj drops down to 5th. While the front three of Navneet, Surya and Joseph, they continue swapping places at a time. Though Surya was leading, now it's Navneet who's leading. In the there was a point when Joseph was 2nd. He's now dropped down to 3rd with Surya coming in 2nd. And that's one part of our production team that gets you the beautiful bird's eye view through the drone of the Curry Motor Speedway as you come through the back straight. And just to clarify and inform all our viewers that you see there are 2 different colors, the numbers on the bike. One would you see black and the other one would be red. The reds are the amateurs, while the numbers on the car, on the bike in fact, I beg your pardon, written with black paint are the pros. Like bike number 5 is black, while bike number 15 is red.
So anybody above number 10, we're talking about the amateurs. Just for you, so 1 to 9 is always about the pros. Above 9 number is about 1 to 10 is about the pros, and more than 10 is the amateurs. Now quickly to tell you, let me just quickly put the track condition. Track has fairly dried up. But then for a very brief moment, there was a slippery flag somewhere on turn 3 and turn 4. A lot of them are now avoiding the curb into turn 2. Smart move. Right now, somewhere on turn 12 and 13, there is still a little bit of water, but it's not much of a problem because the tires are heated up. They're able to pull in. In the meantime, car number 15 really putting that stops on. Surya PM really trying to make sure that he dominates. He's not looking for his category. He says, no, I want to win this race hands down. Can a novice win the race? Put the pressure back down in number 5 in the race lead.
We'll have to wait for that because he's got some trouble behind him, Surya, and it's Anish Damodar Shetty who's come up third, while Joseph Matthews drops down to fourth. We've got Mika Viduraj as well in the mix, and Alvin Xavier as well in bike number 2 has moved up ahead. Anish Damodar Shetty is third with the fastest, in fact, yet another fastest lap, 1 minute 17.
The second consecutive fastest lap.
Exactly, 6:03 seconds.
No, but I want to talk to you about Anish Shetty. He's a very street smart racer. It's okay to be fast. It's okay that you have the skill. Sometimes he lets the guy ahead of him fight the guy much ahead of him because you always feel that when you have a contest, you will always have a slower lap time. And Anish Shetty initially was letting car number 15 get close to the leader, Navneet, so that he's able to make sure that he brings down their speed a little bit. Anish Shetty, very smart, street smart racer, and now he's all over them.
I think we saw this in the previous as well. Well, we'll come back to that as Surya PM has taken the lead, and it is Anish who's now in third, and Vinny dropping down to second. This is what we were talking about, Surya PM and Vineet Kumar. We saw this in the previous round as well. The first round back in September, there was this battle going on between, obviously with Anish and Alvin in the mix, and Surya was also there. And this time, despite being an amateur category, he's giving the pros a run for their money. He's leading the race at the moment as Surya PM. The times that you see in the bottom of your screen, that will be updated post the end of the lap once this cross the start finish line, and that's once again bike number 15 on your screen, closely followed by Vineet Kumar, who is literally stalked by Anish Damodar Shetty as they come through the final corner of lap number 5. It is Surya who is leading, and Navneet closely behind him, and Anish Damodar Shetty
now comes on the inside.
Now he comes behind.
Will he be able to make it this time around? Yes, he does. This is good stuff again. I think you beautifully pointed out, Navneet Kumar should not forget about Anish Shetty, should forget about number 50. He just should concentrate on his race right now. He was kind of playing defensive much earlier on, and now he's made to battle. Now look how smart Anish Shetty is. He's just going to follow them.
And in the last couple of corners, we've seen it was Vineet who had the lead, then Surya had the lead, and now once again they're both going at it at that back straight. It is now Navneet Kumar, bike number 5, who continues to lead and now makes his move. Does Anish Damodar Shetty moves into second with Surya dropping down to third.
This is very interesting. Now, Anish Shetty almost lost balance and he smartly pulled out his legs out there and said, okay, just in case I don't have too much of wobble, I'll correct it. Now, that's how you need to preempt what is the kind of turn that you got to take into that corner. The Mickey Mouse corner can be very, very technical. Now, it's just the first and 2. Navneet versus Anish Shetty. Surya is there, but now he's already dropped about 3 bike lengths. Make that 4 bike lengths as he comes into that corner. Maybe on the corners he may lose it, but when it comes to the straight, he may be able to gain a little bit more. Around the curbs, they got to be a little bit careful. It can be a little slippery there.
Going slightly wide, there was Navneet Kumar as the lifetimes come in. Navneet is the race leader, Anish in second, Surya PM in third. The 3 are fighting a battle well ahead of the rest, while in the meantime, as we speak, Alvin Xavier has moved up to fourth, although he is good 4-5 seconds behind the pack that is leading the race. That's Surya, bike number 15 on your screen. Once again, the race leader Navneet Kumar from Pondicherry. And we've seen this with Anish quite a few times. When he starts, his starts might not be as quick as you would have wanted them to be, but by lap number 2 and 3 and 4, and the tires are warmed up, he then starts shaving off the lead that others have, and eventually, by come the end of the race in the final couple of laps, he's always there, somewhere around.
One important thing where you talk about Anish, street smart racer, very specifically, he holds a reserve. He does not consume everything when you're starting out. Every time when he finishes race, it looks as if that he's got something in reserve and he's able to bring it out right towards the end. Now, I would be aware that Anish will be able to conserve his tyres a little bit. The tyres can take a little beating. Comment number 1, close. But when is he going to attack? Because we are down to just 2 more laps to go. This is the penultimate lap. So if you've just joined us, hello. It's Navneet Kumar number 1, Anish Sethi at number 2, Surya at number 3, Alvin Xavier number 4, Joseph Matthew 5, Meka Vedra at 6, Ulas Nanda at number 7, Sudhir at number 8, Pradeep C at 9, and it's Ashish Patel from Gujarat at number 10.
Well, this is the business end as far as Anish Damodar Shetty is concerned. The final couple of laps is when, if he's not leading the race, he makes his moves, gets that race lead, and then keeps it till the very end. Eagerly looking on as to the action unfolding here at the Kari Motor Speedway. I think Surya, despite the fact that at a point in time he was the race leader, now the front two have opened up a very, very decent gap between the two. So the actual battle is for first and second. It seems that Surya has sealed the third because the gap between Surya and Alvin Xavier, who's coming in fourth, is about good 3.5, 4 seconds. So if Surya doesn't come in a mistake in the final couple of laps, he should find himself on the podium again in this season, while the battle goes on between Navneet in bike number 5 and Anish in bike number 1 there on your screen.
25 bikes on the grid, and 1 to 10 are pro, and more than 1 to 10 are pro. More above the numbers which are 11 onwards are the novices, are the amateur category that we talked about. This is the last lap. Here we go. Now this is where it comes down. Hammer time. Put it down. Common number 5 gets to the corner first. Common number 1 still trying to let him get past. Maybe he's going to come on to attack him on the back straight. Watch out for turn number 4. That's going to be the place where he's always narrowed down the gap a little bit. Yes, he does there again. Beautifully done. You see the pressure is on competitor number 5 and not Anish Shetty.
Absolutely, Anish is the one who's putting the pressure on, and it's Navneet who's reeling under pressure, but he's doing so very well to maintain that good line, to make sure that he's defending well. But now Anish Damodar Shetty makes his move on the outside, then on the inside. Can he now take the lead? And yes, he does. That's what we were talking about. The final lap, the business end of a race for Anish Damodar Shetty, and he's done it once again. He's taken the lead away from Navneet Kumar, and now you can just see how behind Navneet is that it seems that his shoulders have dropped and he's like, oh no, not again. I've let him pass, and that too at the very end of the final lap. And if things go okay from here on, Anish Damodar Shetty will take the checkered flag. Brilliant from Anish once again.
Navneet Kumar should have tried to break the toe, but that was not supposed to be. But then this is the man we talk about. Anish Shetty is going to win this one. Navneet Kumar will come back, but a hard-fought number 2. Well done, Anish Shetty. Well done, Navneet. But who finishes at number 3? Is it number 15? It is Surya PM. So he takes it as far as it's comp number 2. Alvin Xavier finishes at number 3 as far as the pros are concerned.
Absolutely. So for the pros, it's Anish, Navneet and Alvin Xavier, while for the amateurs, it's Surya who takes the checker flag and continues his domination in this event, in this category, in the amateurs section. Once again, brilliant from Anish Shetty. He did start at P7, slowly and steadily made his move. Every time he got an opportunity, he made that move, and in fact for the last 3 to 4 laps he was second, he was chasing Navneet, and then we spoke about this in lap number 8, the penultimate lap, that this is the business end for Anish, and the moment he got that slightest of opportunity in the final lap, he came in on the inside, made a brilliant move, took the lead, and well, generally he doesn't give it away every time he gets the lead. He's now calling on Surya PM to come up and join him. Love to see this camaraderie between all of these guys, whether we pros or amateurs. You know, every time Alvin wins a race, there's high fives between Alvin and Anish, and now you see Anish calling Surya, trying to give him a pat on the back for such a tremendous race. He was the race leader at a point of time as well. Was Surya PM, started at P3, maintained that position and finished third overall, as well as taking the checkered flag in the amateur category. So it is Anish Damodar Shetty who wins the race. Then it was Navneet who comes in second. Alvin Xavier will take the third position in the pros category. Well, it's once again a familiar name in Surya PM who takes the race win in the amateur category. What a tremendous What a thrilling race we've had in this category.
I'm not trying to be a little, I was just a little surprised where Navneet Kumar is going to learn from this. How do you break a toe from a dry guy who's trying to go on the outside, try and get ahead of you? So Navneet will definitely remember this when they get to the next race. So Anish Shetty is now proving why he's the man to beat. So with this win, that'll quickly rocket him up on top of the points table. Comp number 2, Alvin Xavier coming in at number 3. Alvin Xavier, of course, from Kerala. "25 years, 25 years of the National Racing Championship. How far have we come?" You talk about every person who's now at a global scale. You're talking about every Indian rider racing internationally. They've come through the stable. Today we talked about Rohan Alva, Kyle Kumran. Kyle Kumran did India proud when he won the silver as far as the world Rotax Mac finals are concerned. He's the vice champion, and all of them have got some part of it through the JK Tyre Motorsports program. Especially Rohan Alva taking home multiple championship as well.
So that is about the end of proceedings from day one, although we do obviously have the prize distribution ceremony coming up for the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. But let's...
On your screen is this man, SP Batina. Just to quickly tell you, you always talk with the Isle of Man. He's ridden it there. He's ridden on terrains, that lot of it. So he's one man who knows how to really impart a little bit of a learning lesson around it. This is coming to a what a good contest. Now, to everyone who's celebrating 25 years, we have raced champions. We have raised a champion. Well, our tyres have been tested for champions, and we test them here at the racetrack. 25 years and still counting. What a way to celebrate.
Absolutely. Wonderful race we've had. Let's very quickly take you all through the highlights of this race. So it was a decent start for all the front three, including Navneet Kumar, Joseph Matthews, Surya PM. But it was an incredible start for Anish Damodar Shetty, who started at P7 and very quickly moved up to third or fourth position. This is where that incident happened. One of the bikers just sliding and skidding. Well, a couple of them coming in. That was Rohan and Rajkumar. There was a bit of contact between them, but luckily for them, they stayed on and continued to race.
Rohan, very good evasive action. He had a bike that hit him, still managed to hold it out. But then this was the time where Anish Shetty was still playing the waiting game, or should I call the sniper game. Let the others fight it out, and when my time comes, I will use my reserve to come in. Now, combo number 15 really showed his class earlier on. Surya PM giving in a little bit of pressure. Combo number 10 was always in the mix, but then as the race progressed, he possibly lost a little bit of grip and could not sustain that performance that we were talking about. These are Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. I must say, a lot of work has happened on these bikes to make them how fast that they are. You're talking about bringing down the weight of the exhaust to under 15 kilos. And there's a lot of work that's happened, and that's the kind of handling that you're looking at. As you see, combo number 5 taking that corner back to back, a quick left hand and a quick right hand in no time, and then around the sweeping right hander, combo number 15 does a smart overtaking maneuver with absolutely no gap there, and he continues to fight it out. And then slowly, this is the time where one famous gentleman who's trying to defend his championship, Anish Shetty, came into the mix.
Absolutely, but credit to Surya as well. You know, although he's racing in the amateur category in this event, but he certainly, you know, made the big ones, the big guns, count and make them run for their money. But this is where Navneet was going on and leading the race. There was constant pressure from Anish Shetty in bike number 1 there, and Navneet in bike number 5, and you can see how close they are. The gap wasn't much, and Anish, this is where he made his move, came in on the inside, got the lead, and then till the very end he kept it. That's what he does. And remember, this was the last lap, and we spoke about this. And Anish then went on through the final few corners, coming through the final corner on that start-finish straight to go on and take the checkered flag, with Navneet coming in second, Alvin taking third. Surya PM won the amateurs category race, and now it's time for us to take you towards the prize distribution ceremony. There will be 6 trophies given out, 3 for the amateurs, 3 for the professionals category.
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tyre, buddy.
JK Smart Tyre, the tyre with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tyre.
Just don't hold back. Keep dancing down the track. Ooh la 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 la. Pump up the volume. Ooh la 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 la. Pump up the cheer. Ooh la 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 la. Spread the cheer.
Kingfisher, the king of good times.
बजाओ तुम अपने रंग दिखाओ डर की बैंड बजाओ तुम अपने रंग दिखाओ just don't hold back keep dancing down the track.
Welcome back after the commercial break. These are live pictures coming in from the Gari Motor Speedway. It's time for the prize distribution ceremony. Let's talk about the race winners. First, we will have the amateurs being given their trophies. It will be Ashish Patel, the lad from Vadodara, who comes in third. Pradeep from Bangalore coming in second. And you have Surya PM from Chennai, who takes the top of the podium once again.
They got a beautiful Royal Enfield. Make some noise for our winner.
A huge round of applause. Look what that means for Pradeep. You can see, and obviously Surya PM there with the trophy. He's made it a habit, and he's made that top position on the podium his own. Surya PM, Pradeep from Bangalore, and you have Ashish Patel from Vadodara taking the third position. Ashish, you spoke so highly about Solomon.
Well, Ashish Patel did something very special a couple of days back. He won for the Team United CRA Motorsports, third overall in the MBSK 250 Malaysia Superbike Championship. And now he's got himself at number 3, an injury on his right, and it's still about healing. But he's going to enjoy this moment. Why not?
Terrific performance, terrific performance, in fact, from all three. While I still do have to give credit to Surya for giving the big guns a good run for their money. And by the big guns, I mean the professionals. This Pro-Am race with 10 professionals and 15 amateurs participating. And of those 25, Surya came overall third to take the top position in the amateurs category. Pradeep also making the podium, coming in second, with Ashish Patel taking the third and final spot on the podium. Now it's time for us to crown the race winners in the professional category.
Now this is one of those moments where we talked about how Anish Sethi really played his waiting game and why he is such a good rider. Without further ado, Alvin Xavier comes in on stage. The folks back home in Kerala would be really celebrating this guy's progress. Alvin Xavier, comp number 2. He's really growing from strength to strength. Couple of seasons back, he was just trying to find his form, and now he's on the podium race now.
The first runner-up in
And ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 2, comma number 5, Navneet Kumar, who goes in at number 2.
Navneet, the young lad from Pondicherry, has done so well. Remember, Navneet started at P1, was under intense pressure, but managed to hold on and get a second place. And a man who's made that first position somewhat his own in the pro category, the defending champion, Anish Damodar Shetty. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner once again. And every time you find him on the podium, he's got that huge smile on his face. Alvin Xavier, he'd be happy, but he will not be content. He will want to do a better job next time around, tomorrow when he comes on the track.
Continental GT Cup Trophy. Come on, winners, let's put on some smiles. They're on national television.
Anish Shetty, all smiles, why not? And why would he not go on top of the championship table? These are precious points to take home. Just a quick note, comp number 18 and comp number 29 who were involved in a collision much earlier on. Absolutely no injuries reported. In fact, comp number 29 had a fall, got back onto the track, finished the race, and he's absolutely cool. Just to tell you how important safety is. Safety is very much paramount. You can look at the kind of the racing overalls you have, starting from the boots all the way up to the standardized helmet that they're supposed to wear. Well, it's time for very, very special interviews to be done for Anish, Navneet, Alvin Xavier, as we have a friend who says, I also know how to show off.
Well, certainly, when you got the bikers and the racers can do it, why can't your friend on the screen? Now that we've had the prize distribution ceremony, we've seen the beauty that's on offer in Coimbatore. Very quickly, we'll go up to the prize distribution area where we have Raman Manod chatting with the race winners.
When you have a Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup race, it's rarely devoid of action. And we saw all the action that we wanted to in this race. Of course, Surya notching up a race win for the amateurs category. In fact, it was a great race by him overall. But we've got the winners and the podium finishers for the pro class. Very quickly, let's have a chat with them. I'll start with the man who finished third. Quickly, Alvin, I had a chat with you before the race and I said you're seeing traffic in front of you, something that you guys have generally not been used to seeing.
Yeah, but I didn't have a good start. I was stuck behind the riders for some laps, so they made a gap. So it was very hard for me. After some laps, I also had many crash moments, too high side moments, something. So I settled down for third position when I saw there was a gap behind me.
You said might as well take a podium finish. That's well done. Navneet, you started off on pole. In the end, finishing second in the race. Your thoughts?
I had the pace from first lap, but the only factor that restricted me to push more was the track condition because it rained in the morning. So I lost my front 2 or 3 times. I had 3 mild high sides, so I don't want to crash basically. In the first lap I should have crashed, but somehow I managed. So I don't want to crash, that's the main thing. So I was taking it slow. I knew I could push more, but I was waiting. So there is no point in taking that big risk. to crash and not finish a race.
Your first podium and a second place finish for you, first time?
No, around one I finished first.
Wow, so fantastic. My apologies for that. Congratulations on a great result and go well. Let's have a quick chat with Anish Damodar Shetty, a race win for you. Anish, congratulations. What a come from behind kind of victory for you.
I mean, qualifying didn't go as expected, and there was quite some traffic, not to be blamed, but I went out a little bit late on the qualifying. So qualified on the third row, and first corner was a big mess. So many bikes behind and so many bikes just flying past you even when you're braking. So that was that took me a lap to, you know, just get my mind out of it, and then I had to catch up with, I think, 6 to 7 people. So I stuck to a consistent pace, caught up, and I mean, like, Continental GT bikes have been performing consistently throughout all the sessions and even the tires. So wonderful race. I learned a lot, and looking forward for more intense races.
Just a quick thought on the kind of pace that the amateur bikers also seem to be getting this season. That seems to be very, very interesting.
Yes, I mean, they get, because they're, it's a wonderful thought they've given that, you know, pro and amateur rides in a club grid, because of which, you know, amateur riders are getting to ride with the pro riders, and they are improving a lot rather than they fighting within themselves. So if you see the qualifying sheets, I think the whole grid is, you know, stacked up in 2 seconds. So it's a really wonderful platform to learn and grow.
Absolutely. Congratulations on a race win. It was a hard-fought one, Navneet. Congratulations on that second place finish. Alwyn Xavier comes in third in the pro category. That's what we have for you from the presentation area. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all that we have for you from day one of round 2 of the championship. We'll be back again tomorrow morning with more live racing action. Coverage commences at 10:30. So do join us then. For now, this is Raman on behalf of the entire production team here saying goodbye.